Hello and welcome to Adia Yarn Arts. I am Trisha, the only designer and maker for Adia Yarn Arts. If you are interested at all in making Graphghans, this video is for you. It's very helpful. The stuff I learned from doing the first blanket that I ever did as a Graphghan. I had done tapestry, but I'd never done Graphghans before. And man, was there a learning curve. Ooh, let me try to share my screen. This is the Baltimore Ravens Graphghan that I just did, and I'm very proud of it. It's amazing, but it was a monster and almost did me in. You can't see it because I didn't take a photograph, but there are 1,000 ends behind this little bird. 240 stitches across, single crochet stitches across, 240 stitches high. Yeah, she was a lot, but it would have been a lot easier had I done a few things differently. Planning is the first thing I would recommend anyone who's doing a Graphghan do. If you notice the bird, there are several times that the colors change within a row. If I had planned properly, I would have created bobbins for every single color change within a row. Then carried those bobbins up the work. For one thing, the 6,000 ends that I had in the back that needed to be covered up wouldn't have needed to be covered up if I had only created more bobbins, right? Carrying the yarn vertically saves on ends and it protects the image. How does it protect the image? It keeps you from a messy reverse side, for one, but every end that you have to weave in has the potential of working its way out in the wash and just wear and tear, right? So if you want to protect that image and not create a whole nother backing like I had to do to protect the back of this blanket, then what you need to do is to make bobbins for every single color change and carry them up vertically. Plus it cuts down on waste. The amount of waste was astronomical. I didn't need to waste that much yarn, but I did because, again, learning curve, right? I had never seen bobbins carried up that way on such a large project before. And I must have missed the tutorials out there that said that that's what you should do. But you live and you learn. A third thing I learned, most important thing I learned, a couple things. One, assessing. You have to assess your work as you go. You can't wait for the end. You can't wait for the end of a row. You can't wait for the end of the picture. You have to assess what you're doing on every single row. That means counting. Yeah, counting 200 plus stitches every single time. And that seems like a lot, but it isn't if you catch that one stitch that you dropped or that one stitch that you duplicated. And it happens. It's 200 and something stitches, single crochet. Mistakes are going to happen. But if you're assessing every single time, every single bobbin, I need 5 yellow, 4 blue, 6 black, then you're counting each of those little color patches every single time in the row, you will catch your error. And if you have to frog back, chances are you only have to frog that one row and that's it, right? If you see that some things looking a little off or maybe not so right, remember that Graphghans aren't a perfect picture, right? They're not a photograph. They're made with hands. and they're made with yarn. So they're going to the colors are going to shift a little bit and look a little different than a complete picture. So if you're a little unsure that the picture is coming out the way it should, have your chart in front of you. Check the pattern against the chart. Always back and forth to make sure that you're following the directions correctly and that you're getting the picture that you want to get. So, to summarize, it's not a lot, but to summarize, planning. You have to plan. You have to create bobbins so that you can work them vertically and keep all those ends from becoming a problem. Protect your image by using the bobbin method and not snipping your yarn every single row. Cuts down on waste as well. And assess your rows, assess your stitch count, assess the picture every single time against the chart. If you enjoyed this video, if this was helpful to you, please like, subscribe, and share it for any of your friends who also might be interested. The wonderful woman that did my pattern is Angela Best. I will have her information in the description box. Her community is wonderful in Facebook. And if you're interested in doing Graphghans at all, join that community. Ask to join that community. You will not be disappointed. It's because of that community why I fixed my methodology. If I hadn't done that, I would be doing my Clemson Tiger blanket the exact same way and having the same pitfalls. Hope you enjoy this video. Thank you.